I get it, most of my videos lately have been something about the American Dream Mall. My Shellraiser review, off-ride footage, vlogs, prediction videos, etc, etc. The reason I've been doing so many videos on American Dream, specifically Nickelodeon Universe, is because it's really the only park I can actually go to right now. I live in the Northeast, and it is currently the beginning of March during the winter off-season, and the American Dream Mall is indoors, so I've been treating myself to Nickelodeon Universe and DreamWorks Waterpark quite often. I've brought 2 different friends here, and I've gone here multiple times by myself just within the year of 2022. So that should say that I've already picked up on, and I've developed my opinions about how this place has been operating in the past few months. And in this video, I'm going to give you my perspective on whether American Dream has improved on overall operations, park experience, ride maintenance, proactiveness, and all of the above. As you already may know, the American Dream Mall has significantly struggled over the years it's been open. It all started back in the 1990s, when the Mills Corporation was planning on constructing a massive mega mall that would supposedly feature hundreds of retail stores and massive indoor sports complexes. Many government officials opposed this project, saying it would be disruptive to the natural environment of the New Jersey Meadowlands. After decades of ownership changes, lawsuits, bankruptcies, change of plans, and an economic crash in 2008, it finally opened in October of 2019, under the new owner 555 Group, the same people who own the Mall of America and West Edmonton Mall. It sure did open, but it was nowhere near ready to open. When it opened, the only thing that actually opened was Nickelodeon Universe, along with the ice skating rink. There were barely, if not zero, retail stores actually open. Instead, there were just random paintings on the walls, but no stores. I live in a smaller city in Connecticut, which has a mall in my town that is not even a mega mall. It's just your typical run-of-the-mill shopping mall. Even that mall had so many more food and retail options than American Dream had when it opened. The mall was already clearly struggling to open up all the things they were planning on having at the mall, but they were getting closer and closer to doing well in terms of maintenance and operations, and they were even starting to open up a few dining and retail options. They were starting to do decently well, but then this thing came and completely screwed them over. Well, that thing screwed everyone over, but the American Dream Mall was screwed over even more. This was very bad luck for the mall, especially since their massive DreamWorks Waterpark opened a month before the pandemic hit, which, by the way, is my favorite water park I've ever been to, but I'll get to that later. The COVID-19 pandemic forced American Dream to shut down all the way from March through October of 2020. Although the mall did open after the pandemic became somewhat under control, everyone saw American Dream as a lost cause, and started to, rightfully so, really worry about the mall's future. The mall had already had some financial obstacles around when they first opened, but the pandemic came and multiplied that by 10. As of right now, this mall is in some pretty bad financial trouble. I don't understand the full story regarding their exact financial situation, but from what I've heard, there is some kind of payment that the mall has to make by August, and if they fail to make that payment, it can mean that they may get shut down. I really hope this place does not get shut down, because despite what other people say, I really enjoy coming to this mall every time I visit. It just gives me this special feeling every time I come here. Yes, despite the fact that this is the only place with amusement rides that I could actually go to on the off-season, I still really enjoy this place's atmosphere, and I always want to keep coming back and back. People complain that Nickelodeon Universe has a lack of theming and atmosphere, and I've heard a few people throw around terms to describe it such as a giant sterile box, rides in a warehouse, boring walls and ceilings, and I've even heard people complain about the ceiling pipes being visible. Like seriously, out of all the different things you could be complaining about this park, you choose to complain about the ceiling pipes being visible. I know there's some sort of comparison to how the Mall of America's Nickelodeon Universe looks like. That one has some more landscaping and trees, and it looks and feels more like an outdoor park. But Nickelodeon Universe and the rest of the mall just gives me a unique and special vibe. Whenever I'm walking through the hallways of the mall, and then I approach Nickelodeon Universe, I can see glimpses of intertwined Gerstlauer track, and I instantly get this feeling of excitement rushing through my veins. The big visual reveal of this park looks so beautiful, and I can't help but just stand there in awe. Watching all these rides working together in one indoor space is visually overwhelming. There's something about this park, specifically, that looks better in person than on camera. The overall coaster tracks and park atmosphere just looks a bit more lively in person. It's a bit hard to describe. You really need to be there in person to feel the liveliness of the park reveal. I went there with one of my friends, and while we were approaching Nickelodeon Universe, he said to me that he felt like he was tripping, watching all that action happen in one giant indoor space. It even looks better at night, with all these glowing and colorful lights all inside one space. It gives me this indoor New York City attraction vibe, which is actually very fitting, because this is only about 30 minutes away from the city. I can really tell that 555 Group was striving for a different feel for American Dream's Nickelodeon Universe, and they sure did a good job with that. I don't get as much of a special feeling as I'm approaching DreamWorks Waterpark, mainly because you enter through a locker room, and there are only a few tinted windows you can look at beforehand. But I do generally enjoy DreamWorks Waterpark more than Nickelodeon Universe. It is also my current favorite water park I've been to. It's so well done. In fact, it's even more well done than Nickelodeon Universe. Each slide tower is themed to a certain DreamWorks IP, and the theming statues are overall better quality than Nickelodeon Universe in my opinion. This water park also has the best slide lineup I know of when it comes to a water park. If I could put it this way, I would even go far to say that this is the cedar point of all water parks. Its slide lineup features every type of slide you'll be looking for at a water park. Toothless Trickling Torpedo, arguably the world's best hydromagnetic water coaster. Thrill-a-Gascar and Jungle Jammer, two massively intimidating body slides that feature a trap door that will drop you straight down, and are also the world's tallest body slides. Shrek's Sinkhole Slammer, a massive funnel slide, a smaller multi-funnel slide that's even better than its larger version, some more trapdoor slides, a body sinkhole slide, mat racers, toilet bowl slide, body slides, slides that shoot you straight into the water, and I'm going to lose my breath at this point. You get the point. This water park is phenomenal. Now here's the main question of this video. Has American Dream improved on the general experience over the last few months? Yes, in some aspects they have, but then in other aspects they still struggle. Let me break down each different aspect individually and discuss whether they have improved or not on each category. The first category I wanted to discuss is everyone's main gripe with the American Dream Mall, and that is the pricing. So far in this video, I have defended the mall quite a bit, but regarding the pricing, I will no longer be defending their name anymore. I do agree with everyone else when it comes to their complaints about the ridiculous overpricing of their amusement attractions. The price does vary depending on what day you go. Usually on Monday through Thursday, the pricing is just a little bit reasonable. For example, as of the time I'm writing the script, the pricing for Thursday, March 10 is $49 per person. I mean, for a park like Nickelodeon Universe, it's alright. From what I've heard, the Mall of America all-day wristband for Nickelodeon Universe is maybe a few dollars less than that. But I would say $49 is a somewhat reasonable price tag. But the absurd pricing is usually on weekends. For example, the pricing for Nickelodeon Universe this weekend is $69 per person. That's a very absurd price tag for a park like this. Yes, I enjoy the park, and I don't think it's as bad as people make it out to be, but $69 is not appropriate price tag for a park like this. Just to give some perspective, Six Flags Great Adventure tickets cost a lot less than that, and that park is considered to have one of the best coaster lineups in the United States, or maybe even the world. And do you know what else is fun? DreamWorks Waterpark for this weekend costs $99 per person. Are you freaking kidding me? Even Volcano Bay costs only $80 per person. I don't know what they're thinking with pricing their attractions higher than Universal. Like seriously, what a terrible marketing move on their part. Yes, I do think DreamWorks Waterpark is overall better than Volcano Bay in terms of their slide collection, but pricing their tickets at $99 per person is insane for any water park. I would only say $99 justifies a well-themed, immersive theme park with unique attractions like Disney or Universal. Not for a water park with typical slides. Since I only live 1 hour away from the American Dream Mall, I go there a lot, and something that the Mall of America has that American Dream doesn't is an annual pass system. Mall of America has an annual pass that you can pay one price, and then be able to have unlimited admission all year. But since American Dream doesn't offer any sort of annual pass, I've spent a lot of money here over the past few months. It would be very nice if they had a multi-park annual pass that gives you unlimited admission to both Nickelodeon Universe and DreamWorks Waterpark all year long. That would be very expensive, but at least it'll be worth it for me, and end up costing a lot less than I've already been paying to go here multiple times. I know that American Dream is in the New York City area, which is an area where it is the norm to price things at a high level, but the 555 group needs to realize that in order to make more money, they need to lower the prices, and then more people would come as a result. And then they would make even more money than they have been with such high prices. American Dream is going through a big financial crisis right now, and they think that if they price their tickets high, then they will end up making more money. But I really don't think that's how it works. The high pricing is what's causing such minimal attendance numbers to both parks. Granted, I have seen DreamWorks Waterpark more busy than Nickelodeon Universe on a regular basis. I don't know why that is, but I have noticed that. But if American Dream wants to get out of their financial crisis, they better start pricing their tickets a lot lower. The Mall of America has a pay-per-ride option and an annual pass system, so I have no idea why American Dream isn't doing that same thing. It would really help them in my opinion. Also, American Dream just introduced a Spring Dream Pass, which includes admission to both Nickelodeon Universe and DreamWorks Waterpark, together with a Skip the Line Pass for both parks, for a low price of $199! But enough with the price rant. The next thing I wanted to discuss that a lot of people have had problems with is the persistent ride closures in Nickelodeon Universe with minimal to no notice on the website. I'm sure some of you know Airtime Thrills' infamous horror story of arriving at Nickelodeon Universe and having the top 5 major thrill rides at the park all closed at once, without any notice on the website beforehand. Now this might sound a bit odd, but all out of the 5 times I've been there, I haven't really encountered a situation where a major ride was closed without it being listed on the website prior to my visit. Every time I went on a major ride was closed, I always knew about it before my visit because it was listed on the website. For example, Sandy's Blasting Bronco and Skyline Scream have been closed for months now, and they have been listed as closed on the website for a while now. So when I go to the park, I always know that those rides are going to be closed. Granted, I do call or use the private messaging feature on the American Dream website the day I'm visiting, just so I could check if the rides I'm looking to ride are open that day, so I can know whether it's even worth it for me to come. In my case, I only go because of Shellraiser, because Sandy's Blasting Bronco was closed, so if that's open, then it's automatically worth it for me. Although I haven't encountered a situation where a major ride was closed without prior notice, I have arrived at the park and had some smaller and less major rides closed, when they weren't listed on the website the morning I checked. For example, I once arrived at the park to find out the Jumping Genies and Atom Smasher were closed that day, but it didn't really bother me, because I never even looked to go on those rides, and one of them is just a kiddie ride. Believe it or not, I've also encountered a strange experience where it said the Shellraiser was closed the morning of my visit, and because of that, I was only planning on going to DreamWorks Waterpark, when my original plan was to go to both. But when I arrived at American Dream, Shellraiser was actually open that morning, even though it said it was closed on the website. So please call or message American Dream the day you visit, if you want to know that a ride you are looking to experience will be open that day or not. Ride closures without notice don't happen at DreamWorks Waterpark that often, but one time I went into the water park and the entire Shrek slide tower was closed off, and it said nothing about it on the ticket booth screen or the website prior. Apparently the maintenance was doing chemical tests on the ride, and the supervisor kept telling me it would open later in the day, but it never opened. So definitely be mindful that a situation like this is possible. But there is one mistake that a lot of people make before their visit that can lead to a major inconvenience and disappointment for the guest. Never, ever prepay for your tickets in advance when visiting either DreamWorks Waterpark or Nickelodeon Universe. I'm saying that because you do not want to arrive at the park with a prepaid ticket, only to find out that a major ride you were looking forward to riding was closed. An American Dream has a no refund policy, so regardless of how many rides are closed, they will not give you a refund or let you reschedule your visit. In Airtime Thrills' situation where their 5 most major rides were all closed at once, they gave him a 50% off coupon that expires in a month and a half, but they refused to give him a refund. And you might be asking, but if I don't buy a ticket in advance, what if they all get sold out? Well, if they get sold out, then don't go on that day, because if there's a day where tickets are being sold out, then that means it will be a very busy day that you will not want to go to, especially since operations are very slow during high crowds. Nickelodeon Universe has consistently struggled with their rides being down for months at a time, and I'll tell you why that is. Since American Dream is going through some pretty bad financial issues, they try to save as much money as possible by not stocking up on parts. At a typical park, roller coaster parts are often replaced very often on a regular basis, and the park usually has the different parts available on site in case an inspection reveals that there's a replacement needed. But in Nickelodeon Universe, they do not stock up on parts, and whenever something small breaks or wears out, they always need to order the new part, which ends up taking sometimes months, due to the fact that most of the manufacturers they work with are international, and shipping things internationally takes a while, especially with the supply chain issues going on in the world right now. This leads to a surplus of ride closures for a long period of time, just because of a smaller part that was broken. To put it this way, most theme park chains are proactive when it comes to stocking parts on site in case something goes bad quickly and a replacement is needed, but American Dream is reactive and only orders a new part as different parts go bad, leading to extended ride closures. Since water slides are not as complex as roller coasters in terms of different parts, this rarely happens with DreamWorks Waterpark, but this has been an ongoing issue for Nickelodeon Universe, and I really hope that if American Dream's financial situation gets better, they can improve on stocking up more parts and having their attractions open for longer periods of time. So here's the golden question of this video. Has American Dream Mall improved in some way over the past few months? If I had to answer, I would actually say slightly. They've sure gotten better with transparency in terms of ride closures, and their DreamWorks Waterpark is definitely my favorite water park. The mall's overall atmosphere is also spectacular, but there are some things that they are still struggling with significantly. The overpricing of their attractions, having the majority of the mall empty with walls and paintings, closing rides and attractions for extended periods of time, the closure of Big Snow, their indoor ski resort, and their overall customer service. This mall has so much potential. It really does. If every retail store and restaurant opened up and filled the entire mall, rides in Nickelodeon Universe stayed open on a regular basis, prices were lower, the ski resort opens, the giant wheel opens, and there was an annual pass system, then American Dream would by far be the best mega mall and indoor entertainment complex in North America. I still have a glimpse of hope for the mall. Lately, I have seen decent amounts of visitors, and it looks like they are hosting some concerts at Nickelodeon Universe, which can make them a lot of money. In case you haven't heard, many people are speculating that the mall is going to close down due to their ongoing financial issues. I personally doubt this will happen, but if it does, I will be very sad, because this is my absolute favorite place to go to in the winter, and despite this place's major hiccups, I still enjoy my time here every time I come. In terms of whether they are going to improve even further, I don't know. We'll just have to sit there and wait and see. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please remember to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and see you all next time.